What's up, dude? This is the first time I've gone immediately from movie to podcasting about said movie.
So you'll be the freshest.
Nice.
Fresh to death. I had a pretty cool experience. I was the only person in my theater.
Whoa, that's actually really sick.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was
that's
nice.
awesome. Where did you sit?
Like the row before the back in the center.
Nice. Not dead centered. You're still in the back.
Yeah,
Like
why
back-
not just sit dead center?
Back center. I mean, it was,
Why not
We're
just
asking
sit?
why not dead center?
I don't know.
What?
I
Just
I
no
mean,
reason.
okay, I went like row E, seat 6 is what my number was. E6.
That's pretty primo. At least in my theater, row E is pretty primo.
Yeah, I mean, it felt primo.
Row E, row G.
That's cool though that you were there by yourself. Like, did it feel like it make you more immersed in the movie? Like you were the only one
It was
watching
crazy, and I was high as hell. I was high as Kevin.
Across the Kevin verse.
No, I mean, I had a great time. It was honestly like a really great experience.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you haven't guessed, you know what we're talking about. We're talking about. Is there any other movies that are even out now?
There's something about Kevin.
There's something about Kevin. No.
I can't even think of another movie that's out to be like this is what we were talking about because there's.
That's kind of it. Yeah.
I can't think. Fast 10.
Fast 10.
Is
Yeah.
that the?
But we're not talking about Fast 10.
No.
We're talking about Across the Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
What?
Yep. Across the Spider-Verse.
Well, no, because Anthony's like, what?
I had nothing to say. I had no words.
Yeah, Across the Spider-Verse. Thanks for listening, guys. This is another episode of Comics and Chronic. Per usual, it's your boy Cody, Jake FH, Anthony Iannaccio. Here we are.
We are here in this present universe.
In the Comics and Chronic verse.
Oh, shit, dude. I wonder what alternate us's are like.
Yeah.
I do wonder. Release the Paddington cut.
pull a Spider-Verse with the Paddington episode, but
It didn't
it
work.
got fucked up. Yeah, the multiverse got fucked up.
Maybe we could learn from those multiversal errors and correct them. Trim the timeline.
You want to go and change time, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Who says I haven't already?
Oh, shit.
Ooh.
I knew it. Anthony the Conqueror.
Anthony the Conqueror.
Yeah, no, we're Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, the sequel to Into the Spider-Verse, and it was pretty fucking dope.
Yeah. Really
Yeah.
fucking cool.
Yeah,
Goes without saying.
yeah,
Yeah.
It's almost it was just really impressive. Like once again, I was like blown away, and dude, I'm not gonna lie, I think I kind of like this better than the first one.
I don't know if I do. I'm still kind of unpacking it as we speak because I literally just saw it.
I think it's gonna take a couple viewings. Like I don't think I'm gonna see it just once.
Same.
Hell yeah. Yeah.
I do think visually it was the single most impressive thing I've ever seen.
Completely agree.
Yeah, maybe like this and Avatar 2.
Yeah. No, I mean, these two are the two most visually, but this, for animated movies, this is the single most
This is the
visually-
creme de la creme.
This is also to me like if like a comic book movie. This is like the comic book movie. Like it's hard to say anything else feels more like a comic book movie than this.
Yeah.
And just the fact that it's animation makes that even better. I don't think that's like saying like, oh, it's unfair, like compared to like, you know, Ant-Man or something. But no, like it still like takes the idea of Spider-Man and puts it on screen in like the coolest way possible.
Yeah. It makes me want to see more superhero films animated.
Exactly.
Because you can pull off so much, and you don't run the risk of having really shitty CGI and being like, ew, that person's obviously not flying. When like, if it's animated, you know what I mean? Like,
I agree.
You can get away with more creatively. So it almost makes me want to see like, dude, so start doing more animated shit. All the studios. Maybe the live action thing is getting a little tired.
Ooh.
And because this had such a bomb voice cast.
Yeah, the voice cast was banging.
Oh yeah,
super. Spider-Punk was kind of my favorite, if I'm being honest. He kind of
Spider-Punk was so
big
cool.
fan of Daniel Kaluuya as Spider-Punk.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, babies are anarchists.
Yeah.
Dude, but yeah, he was cool.
I liked Indian Spider-Man. I forget his name, but you know that one.
Pav.
He's literally called Spider-Man India.
Oh, is he?
in the comics? Like, there's yeah, exactly, yeah. But he was cool.
I like that it was the voice of the taxi driver in Deadpool.
Yep, he was great.
Yeah,
he was great.
I really liked
really
him.
funny.
Yeah, he was funny. It's hilarious.
And Moonbatten was really cool. Like the way that world looked.
That was his world, right?
That was his world. Yeah,
I agree. I was talking to my friend earlier. His world was probably the coolest.
But visually, I loved Gwen Stacy's universe because it was exactly like the Gwen Stacy comics. They made it look like, I think the artist is Jason Latour, or he was the writer. I don't know if he was also the artist, but that comic has such an original kind of art. They're not my favorite comics to read, but they're really pretty to look at. And Spider-Gwen, I thought it was so cool how it took up the first half of the movie. Like you didn't even get the intro until midway through. It was like a Comics and Chronic episode.
Oh, Jake, I didn't even realize Jake had disappeared. I didn't even realize it. No, but yeah. Nothing. I just didn't realize you were gone because I've been distracted. Anthony's been carrying us. I've been distracted packing a bong ski.
I forgot I had weed, so I went to go get it.
Nice.
It's always good to have in the show. I was saying it was cool how the Gwen Stacy part of the movie was like the first half. It was the first half of the movie, and then the intro happened. Like I want to say it was like 20 minutes in, maybe longer. I was like a Comics and Chronic episode.
It was definitely like a 20, 25-minute intro.
Yeah.
Which I liked.
Exactly.
Because then when it did the credits, I was like, oh shit, this movie hasn't even started yet.
Yeah, and it's a long movie.
But
It's
it doesn't
a long movie.
feel it. Like I didn't look down at my watch. It was like, oh.
No, but it's literally a long movie.
No,
It's 2.5
long.
hours.
Yeah, it's very long. And I do want to say, okay, so
Hot takes already?
yeah.
We haven't even praised the film yet?
I think it's a fantastic. I've praised the film. I loved the movie. I want to get that across first, that I love the movie. I also want to say that I loved almost every single character in this movie.
But
They were all like super fleshed out, really interesting. Everybody, like, all the voice acting did well. Everybody did their parts. It was like a really good it was well done. But what happened?
what?
Huh?
Like, what? I don't know. What was it? Like, I know it's setting up for the next movie, but like, I don't know. It just kind of, plot-wise, it didn't really hit for me. It didn't feel like a complete thought.
I don't know if I agree with that.
I think you're not a complete thought, Cody.
We're also going from your brain, which is all kinds of fucked up.
Maybe you didn't make it all the way across the Spider-Verse is what we're saying.
I'd be surprised if you ever had a complete thought in your life.
Hey, this has nothing to do with anything, but I wanted to show you guys my Professor X.
Nice. Oh, I thought that was a you, just in a wheelchair.
This is a multiversal variant of the handicap sci-fi handicap Anthony.
Nice, that's cool. In a way, I kind of get what you mean. I think, honestly, it needs two viewings for a lot of things. One, visually, there's actually like, in a cool way, there's so much happening, you can't possibly catch all of it.
Oh, for sure.
On one single viewing. Between the Easter eggs, also just like the things that are happening on screen with all the animation, it's almost like, oh shit, I need to like...
There's a lot. But no, I thought there was a coherent plot.
I do too.
We got the Spot he realizes he could do this crazy shit, and he's starting to go throughout the Spider-Verse, which he could travel through his holes. and he's fucking shit up. He wants to get that particle collider to make him stronger. It makes him stronger. And now the rest of the Spider-Men need to stop that because it's causing like multiversal shenanigans.
Yeah.
Like seems a bit like it's like, we're marching towards the MCU multiversal shit, which maybe I could take away for that, but that's the story. And then Miles is like, I'm going to be the guy that's not going to follow your rules because Spider-Man doesn't do the shit that you're saying. And yeah, there's a lot going on. I give you that. There's a lot going on, but I wasn't lost. It was just,
I wasn't lost either.
part of how much was going on was cool. I like that there was so much going on.
I wasn't lost either. I liked it all. I thought it was cool, but like, why?
What do you mean? You could ask that about any like movie.
But what I'm saying, I don't know. There's just something not there.
Yeah, that's
for
how I feel
me.
about you right now.
Jake gets 6 Joe Pesci's in the bank just for that one.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I really loved it. I walked out of the theater already knowing my Joe Pesci score.
Yeah,
I did watch the first one last night, and after watching the second one, it is like almost that much better because like the whole Jason, like when Jason Schwartzman, who was the Spot, which was awesome by the way. When I heard his voice, I was
loved
like,
him
"Is that
as the
Jason
Spot."
Schwartzman?" And
Yeah.
like his whole story is like, and then you threw a bagel at me. So I was watching it last night, and sure
That
enough,
actually
that
happened.
actually does happen. And I was like, oh shit, that's such a, and it's just literally just the throwaway scene of Miles throws the bagel right before they run away from Dr. Octopus. And I was like, oh shit, that happened in the first, it's like, I don't know, it's just so well connected. Also, after watching the first one, I totally forgot that like just how comic book was in it. Like even some of the transitions was a
course,
page turning. Like
Yeah, the first one was amazing too. First one gets 6 Joe Pesci's. I'll
First one
say
is
that right
easy
now.
money
The first one
6.
gets 6 Joe
First one is
Pesci's,
an
right?
easy money
six.
6.
Yeah.
And so after watching this one, I got
Episode 666.
Satan, you gotta
New
wait your
episode.
turn, Satan.
Sorry.
God damn it. I liked like in this one when they had the little blurbs, like for instance when the spider car came on, and there was that little blurb like spider car from
Yes.
from
Peter Parked car.
yeah Peter Park car from issue whatever.
love
I was
that
like, I
name.
love when it does the comic book shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I'm a huge fan of that, and so I agree with you. Like it is almost probably the perfect comic book movie.
Yeah. And going back to your why, Cody, just that animation aspect of it. Like, look what we could do in a movie now. Like, the first one was groundbreaking. This one was even more groundbreaking, which I couldn't even fathom that they could do.
I didn't know you could do that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, it was like visually the most comic book accurate comic book movie we've ever had. It was incredible. It was
But just the animation was so unique. What other
Yeah.
movie looks like this?
Yeah.
no, I mean everything about it was unbelievable. The animation, the how like I feel like this is one of the best representations of a multiverse that something Marvel has done.
Yeah, I think this does multiverse way better than anything MCU has done.
I agree.
Like straight up. I prefer this kind of way of doing multiverse. Just like how we said everything everywhere all at once was better than Doctor Strange as far as
Yeah.
handling multiverse things. Like this movie nails it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I like the glimpses of the multiverses we got to see.
I really loved the Lego universe one.
Lego
That
was
shit
exactly what I was
like
thinking of.
laughing out loud. I was like, and it was cool that it was J. Jonah Jameson once again.
Yep, you saw him, the bald
or
J.
J.K.
Jonah.
Simmons as J. Jonah Jameson.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's a constant throughout the multiverse
Yeah, I like
now.
that. Man, J.K. Simmons came back. Dude, and we get to see, you even see Andrew Garfield, Tobey Maguire. They reference
Yep.
Tom Holland's Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Yep. You got one of the animated Spider-Men from, I never watched this one, Spectacular Spider-Man,
Yep.
but he was very cartoonish.
He
You
was
saw
there.
him.
Also, Spider-Man from PS4 was on it.
Yeah, you got that. Yep.
And when Miles is in his dorm room with his roommate Genki is playing, Spider-Man on the PS4. Yeah.
That was like, what?
Joey pointed it out. I was like, oh shit. Like, yeah, there were just
And
so
Genki
many.
also says, I'm not your man in the
Yeah, he
chair.
says, I'm not your man in your chair. In the chair. Yeah.
Ned's line.
Oh shit! Does Genki become a villain?
No, the thing is, in the comics, Miles' best friend is Genki. But in the comics, he looks exactly like Ned looks in
Real life?
these live action MCU Spider-Man. So you can't really do Genki live action because he's just Ned. They just called him Ned instead of Genki.
I wish they called him Genki.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, I get it. I understand.
So they stole Miles Morales' best friend, a black man's best friend, gave him to Peter Parker, and now Miles Morales doesn't have any friends in this universe.
Always stealing from the black man.
Yeah.
Always.
That's fucked up. That's fucked up, Kevin Feige. Cody
You
Feige.
racist piece of shit.
I don't know.
Cody took that personally.
No, I hit that bong hard.
Dude, I liked the Donald Glover Prowler scene.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was so cool.
I thought that was cool.
Does that imply that he is that Prowler in the MCU? Because I'd like to see him in that full costume in the MCU.
That's true. Or maybe he's like another variant of that Prowler.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. It doesn't really
It doesn't
matter. It was still
just
cool. Yeah.
because I was like, as soon as I saw it, I literally said to myself, I was like, oh, Anthony will like that.
Yeah, I did. And it's such a cool thing because for a moment they give you him looking at Miles, and it's like Miles and Uncle Aaron, but it's also Donald for Spider-Man coming back, which I fucking love.
Dude, I loved how they brought back Uncle Aaron.
Yeah.
Because, like, especially, we always talk about it. Like, sometimes there's no stakes and people don't stay dead. But, yeah, first off, that whole scene when he thinks he's in his universe and he's ready to tell his parents
that was such a cool
Dude,
reveal.
that was such a cool reveal. And I was like, oh, like, literally, it was like almost like a Planet of the Apes type thing where he realizes, dude, because he works up the courage to tell his mom, he's like, I'm Spider-Man. And she's like, who? And he's like, what? And then you realize that, like, the dad is dead. And Uncle Aaron, and he doesn't become Spider-Man, he becomes the Prowler.
But the way they reveal that is so cool because it was kind of like you knew in your head it was going to be the alternate universe, like maybe not right then, but at the reveal
until
really,
yeah,
because they say that Miles was bitten by a spider from another universe, and they kind of it kind of felt like they focused on that for me, and then when he gets thrown through it. I like how they set it up, though. You think Spider-Gwen is looking into his bedroom and spying on him, but he's not there.
Yeah, she's looking into an empty room.
Yep. And then Emily pointed out his mother in the other universe had different color eyes.
Oh.
She's like, that's what let me know. And I was like, oh, I didn't even catch that. I was
too busy looking at that mom's ass. She's a little bad.
We give to Rio Morales.
She's a little baddie, even in the first one. Little thick Latina. That actress, I don't know her name off the top of my head, but she used to be in Oz. She was in all 6 seasons of Oz.
She was in Dexter.
Yeah, she was in a lot of things, especially back in the day.
Yeah, she's great.
She was a little hottie back in the day, too. I don't know how she looks now, but...
I remember her as LaGuerta in Dexter. She was good. And then Brian Tyree Henry is the dad. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's cool that there was some Atlanta cast in there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I just fucking loved it. I also, dude, did you know who voiced the Vulture? Don't look it up.
Oh, I know Yorma from The Lonely Island.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
And then we got Andy Samberg as
Scarlet Spider.
Ben Reilly, Scarlet Spider. Yeah. Where's my boy Akiva Schaffer? We got to get him in there. We need to complete The Lonely Island. Why are you leaving him out?
There was some rapper in there. I don't know who it was. I keep saying Quavo or Offset, whichever one's alive, but it's one of them.
I loved how they did the Vulture, the Italian Vulture.
Yeah, it was cool. It was in like that Leonardo da Vinci parchment looking drawing style.
Yep.
Yeah.
I was like, is that Marvel 1602? It does, it felt like it, but it's not really, but it kind of felt that way.
Yeah, but no, that was cool. That was a cool fight.
Mm-hmm.
Like at first I was like, because I remember hearing before the movie came out, they're like, oh, we have 7 different animation styles in this movie. And it was cool to see like how those styles were incorporated.
Yeah, they really did a really good job.
Like I really loved when all the spider people are chasing Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Like that scene is fucking awesome.
Yeah. I think there was a popsicle Spider-Man in there, somewhere in there. I saw someone point out online.
That's funny.
Like, you get at a good humor truck.
Oh, nice. That's cool. That is cool. There was a spider cat. I don't know what that one's from, but
yeah, that was funny. Yeah, I don't know the spider cat's name.
Plus, dude, Oscar Isaac was awesome as Spider-Man 2099 or whatever.
Yeah, Miguel.
Yeah, Miguel O'Hara.
Yeah, he was good as him.
Yeah. He was villainous.
Like a hard ass Spider-Man.
Yeah, hardened Spider-Man, grizzled. I liked Issa Rae as Spider-Woman.
Yeah, she was cool. But she was kind of mean too. Like I wanted her to be more likable. They were both kind of like, you better follow the rules or you're out of the spider.
They were hardened, grizzled spider people.
They experienced some serious canon events.
Ooh.
What did you do to them, Cody?
The canon event.
Oh, shit.
That's a threat we should use against people from now on.
The canon event.
As someone who has lived through a few canon events, let me tell you, they're a doozy.
Canon events.
I thought that was a cool concept, though.
Yeah, no, for sure. I liked that. Like, oh, like no matter what, this is canon. Like an uncle always die, or a loved family member will always die.
Yeah, they had that. They had
Captain
a lieutenant.
Stacy always does.
Yeah, that kind of character in their life will die. You get an upside down spider kiss. I saw that one. I saw Venom. I'm like, Venom's a canon event? What does that mean?
That was a crazy scene with the woman from the Venom movies.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I was like, oh.
Some little kid in the theater was like, oh, Venom, as soon as it came on. So if like you didn't know that's what it was.
I knew it right away. I was like, oh, that's the Korean store owner.
And then when he's coming out of the universe, you see like a pack of gum and it says Venom Mint.
Oh, really? Nice.
Yeah. Someone else screamed that out too in the theater. They're like, Venom Mint. I'm like, how did you catch that? What the fuck?
Yeah, right? Like, where are you guys looking on the screen that you can catch? That's what I'm saying. Is this movie needs a second viewing.
For sure.
Absolutely.
Like, big time facts.
But I thought also the point of the canon events were to go against them because Miles Morales is like, nah, I don't care what a canon event
He's like,
is.
I don't
Fuck
want
canon.
my dad to die.
Right. I thought that was so cool. I feel like that's the whole movie. It's like, fuck canon. It's like your Spider-Man could do whatever the fuck you want your Spider-Man to do. It could be whoever you want it to be.
Yeah.
That's cool. I like that. I like that message.
I thought
that's why,
I
Cody.
thought the themes.
That's the why.
No, I thought the themes were good. It's just like, I don't know. It's just like, it felt like just like a lot of like in the best, and I mean this in the best way possible because I do love the movie, but it just felt like the coolest setup ever. It didn't feel, you know what I mean? Like I
was surprised that it's a part one. I guess I missed that. I forgot there's going to be Beyond the Spider-Verse.
I didn't know it was going to be like a two-parter thingy. I didn't know the trilogy was.
I thought it was a joke for a second. I was like, what?
Yeah, no, I did too. I thought they were gonna like be like to be continued and then go, you know, through something happen and make it all trippy and psychedelic. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
But they didn't. The movie was just over. And I mean, cool, but like, I don't know. It didn't feel.
It still felt like a complete story despite that.
I think I just strongly disagree with whatever you're feeling, Cody.
I mean, because comic books do end on cliffhangers. That's the best part about comic books.
Book, Cody.
And that definitely wants to make you turn the next page and see the next movie. I mean, despite it being what it is, I like that part of it. I can see why you don't like it.
Anthony Lee over here.
Anthony Lee.
Instead of Stan Lee.
It almost sounds like you're saying I'm like a great martial artist.
It does make you sound like
Anthony Lee over here.
Anthony Lee.
But that's racist of you, Anthony.
No, I literally just thought of Bruce Lee, not Stan Lee.
Shit.
That's racist of you. Stop thinking about only white people, Jake. That's so stupid.
Oh,
That's hilarious.
You guys know how much I love Spider-Man,
And
so I
white
was so
people.
biased going into this. And
Spider-Man.
white people. But you know how biased I am going into this movie. Then,
Yeah, no,
so it's hard not to.
These movies make me love Spider-Man. Like
Nice.
seriously, I walked out of it and I was like, you know what? Spider-Man is a fucking cool hero. I never disliked him, honestly. He was just never like my favorite. But I never disliked Spider-Man. I put respect on his name.
But I think Marvel has set up for sure the Spider-Verse in such a cool way where, yeah, you don't need to like Peter Parker. There's a million other Spider people for you to choose.
Yeah.
Which is so cool.
And I still this is the most I've ever experienced between the first movie and this one of Miles Morales. So I'm not even like a Miles Morales fan from comics. These movies make me a Miles Morales fan.
Nice.
Because I've never really read a Miles Morales Spider-Man comic.
Oh, his comics are great.
I read like the first volume of when he came in. Was it Ultimate?
Yeah, he was in the Ultimate Universe first.
Yeah, I read the first volume of that, but that's really all.
He has some really good comics. His recent comics are great. There was a run. The writer is Saladin Ahmed. He writes a really good Miles Morales run. I haven't read the most recent one, but as Spider-Punk, there's a great character. I love when Spider-Punk pops up in the comics. I think Spider-Punk has a mini series that just came out. Like if you like any of the Spider people they featured in the movie, you could find a pretty cool run to check out, which I think is even cooler. Like go read some Spider-Man comics if it really like got you going watching the movie.
I liked how anti-establishment and like Clash/Ramones-esque Spider-Punk was.
Hell yeah.
He was just like, oh, fuck government. And like he was like all about it. I loved it. Like even when like shit was popping off among Miles and Miguel, Spider-Punk was like, hell yeah, that's my cue to dip. he's like, I just started chaos. He's like, hell yeah, I'm out of here. I liked that.
So
he was cool. Like
and he was like secretly stealing like gear throughout. You know, you saw him just put it in his backpack.
Pocket
It's
little
like, what's going
things here
on
and
there?
there.
And it turned out he was making his own like wristwatches that make you multiverse hop. That was cool. I want to see his universe because his animation style is really cool.
I loved his animation. Seriously.
Yeah, it was cool.
Especially like when he had the mask off. I loved how it was so cool. And he was like always changing color. Like it would be like purple and black and green. Like it was cool as fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I loved how every Spider character had slightly different animation.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it made it work. It wasn't like jarring to look at. There was still like
No, it was stunning.
yeah, it really is visually. It's like it makes me wonder like the kind of work that went into that.
That's what
It sounded like you were like electrically ejaculating.
Yeah. I need some electric chime noises.
Yeah, no, the animation was like really fucking impressive.
Yeah, it was
Animation alone gets a 6, hands down.
Yeah. Oh, that's no question. No question.
Like a platinum 6.
Ooh,
like no one's
what?
touching that 6.
Oh shit!
I'm picturing almost like a Colossus version of Joe Pesci.
Exactly.
Oh,
exactly.
I was picturing like if Joe Pesci hit the Metal Mario box.
Yeah.
I like that. Exactly.
That'd be sick.
Metal Pesci.
Oh shit.
You fuck you.
Like the Pesci T1000.
Try to fuck with me now, Kevin.
Oh shit, for some reason I was picturing the cat and not Kevin McAllister. I was like, oh no.
Kevin McAllister, yeah.
Metal Joe Pesci, please don't kill the cat. You know what I feel like we should talk about only, and Anthony, you had actually mentioned it to me a few weeks ago, but we should do that Pete Davidson Joe Pesci movie, Bupkis.
No, it's a TV show.
Oh, it's a TV show. Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I thought it was a movie.
I would check it out.
I would want to check it out because
for
like
the Joe Pesci.
Joe
of it.
Pesci, he doesn't really act that much. He's like very selective, which makes me wonder why the fuck did he come out to do a Pete Davidson show?
Yeah, right.
Like who sucked his dick?
I don't know.
What is he, O.P. Davidson?
What is he?
We should check it out.
It's just like weird. Like I don't know. He barely comes out to do Scorsese films, but he'll do a TV show with Pete Davidson. I don't know. It seems weird to me.
Something doesn't add up.
Yeah, somebody owed somebody a favor.
And I think even what's her name's in it? Edie Falco. She's the mom in the show.
Yeah, she is.
It's another reason for us to check it out. It's calling our name. The show, the algorithm was like, it listened to us, and it was like, oh fuck, let's make this show.
I just don't have Peacock. I think it's only on. I think it's only on Peacock, right?
I have no idea.
I'm pretty sure it is.
I've heard vague whispers of the show, but I really don't know.
Vague whispers.
Cody, have you heard of
You make it sound we're like in a medieval quest. Like, yes, we have
speak the name Buckets.
Do not speak that name here.
Pesci no longer acts.
He hasn't acted in over 20 years. Vague whispers.
Davidson, the guy from SNL.
These forests whisper. Vague whispers.
Cody's
I love
kayaking, the wind is blowing, and here's Bob Kiss.
it. Oh. Cody, it's good to hear you laugh again. I feel like you've been such a downer this whole episode.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Brought him back down, damn it.
Dude, what kind of Spider-Man do you think you guys would be, or each other would be?
I feel like I mesh with Peter Parker pretty well, you know? Like Peter,
No, but
I really
it's
love
like a Spider-Man catered to you.
it does
How like
cater to me. That's the
Spider-Punk,
funny thing.
he's a rock star, so he has like a more punky
I love Spider-Punk,
costume,
yeah.
like that kind of thing.
Oh, that's another cool Funko I have. Let me go grab that one. That's a cool one, actually.
Okay, what I was gonna say was that I'm talking about this is like Anthony's Spider origin story or whatever.
Mhm.
So Anthony's like a writer in New York City, gets bit by a radioactive spider. So by day, Anthony's almost like Snagglepuss, like he's a playwright or a screenplay writer.
Snagglepuss.
And then, but by night, you're a Spider-Man.
Venom Puss. I'm snagging.
No, I was saying that I would picture you like your origin story is like you're a screenplay writer in New York City and you get bit by a spider, and so like by day that's your thing, and then by night you're Spider.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I like that. This is Spider-Punk, by the
That's-
way. This
that's
is a cool
sick.
one.
That is a
I don't
cool
get a
one.
lot of Funkos. I really don't. But this one is just like it has some cool shit.
Anthony, you're
it's
the
a
only
bobblehead.
person I know that has a Funko of themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But that's the funny thing. I really don't. I have like 10 altogether. Like that's not a lot. Half of them are in a closet. I don't want to like put them on display either.
Really? Why
you know?
not? I have all mine on display right here.
I don't know. I don't really have a place for them. Maybe I will when I have my new podcast set up when I move back to the Bronx, but I don't know. If I'm sharing the space with Emily, I don't want to have like, I don't
Dude,
know.
fuck that.
I want
Fuck
it to look like a place someone lives. I don't want Funkos all
Yeah,
over.
no, she likes that kind of stuff. She's all about the Funko Pops. I think what you should do is like just like over the course of weeks is put one in random places and see how long it takes for her to notice, and then like
She won't. I promise you. She
so then
won't.
there you go. You can get away with it.
No, but I really don't want them. I don't.
No.
I'm telling you, I'm not a big Funko guy. I'm not judging other Funko. Put your Funkos where you want, people. Put your Funkos where you
Yeah.
want. I just don't. I don't know. I have other stuff.
Anthony-
Like I said, I have this Professor X. That's out.
Anthony's ashamed of his Funko Pop and he puts it in the closet.
Yeah.
Don't be closeted with your Funko Pops, people, or your sexuality.
I have a giant Galactus Funko in my closet.
What,
I
dude?
just
You should
can't
put
fit
that on
it
the
anywhere.
coffee table.
Maybe. I'm telling you, I'll have like I'm gonna not have a blurry random living room.
Yeah.
I'll have something nice in the background.
Nice.
Like Cody, I really like Cody's. It's gonna look like that, but better.
Probably better.
Nice.
But
So I'm a playwright that got bitten by a radioactive spider.
Yeah.
I'm writing. I'm like, fuck.
Exactly. Cody, obviously you're a comedian. Gets bit by a radioactive spider.
nice. Jake.
What's me?
Fuck your.
I'm just a guy.
Cody, you just said fucking.
Am I fucking someone and I get bit by a spider while I'm
Yeah.
having sex? Oh
Yeah.
shit. So what's my like? Can I only
You're
shoot
the
out of my dick or
horniest.
something?
You're the horniest of the spider
Oh
people.
shit! I'm just like
Yeah.
the sleaziest Spider-Man. Always saying
No, I was gonna say
sexual
you're like a
things.
dancer Spider-Man. You're like dancing at a
Ooh, I'd be
party
a
and it like
dancer
bites you on the
Spider-Man.
ankle.
That'd be sick.
You're like, shooting like really.
Oh, that's
It works.
hilarious.
Disco spider.
It was crazy that Issa Rae's had a motorcycle. Oh, she was pregnant. That's why.
Yeah, what? It was crazy. It was crazy.
Well, she was still going
pregnant
into
spider-
battle while pregnant.
Yeah, pregnant Spider Woman's cool because that is a thing from the comics too. And she does. Everyone's like, "What? You're like fighting me while pregnant?" She's like, "Yeah, I'm kicking your ass." Like,
That's very dangerous.
Yeah.
not if you're
Irresponsible.
Spider Woman.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this is also if we're criticizing her, we also have to criticize Peter for taking his
Peter
baby.
B. Parker. Yeah,
Taking his
I did
baby.
love that. I love that so much, though. That was so cool.
Yeah,
into combat.
I love that Peter Parker. I love how that was his whole gimmick. He's just wearing a bathrobe the whole movie.
Yeah, the whole
He has
movie.
his daughter, and she's just causing mayhem. Even Spider-Punk's like, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
That was cool.
Yeah, I liked her knitted mask.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I just thoroughly loved it. I'm like literally jonesing to see it again.
Yep. I want to see it in IMAX 3D. Like I feel
I
like
saw it in IMAX,
it
just
begs
not
to be
3D.
seen that way. How was it in IMAX?
It was awesome. It was
Nice.
probably the coolest thing I've ever done. Yeah, but the spot was really cool because even I didn't know he was going to be like the main threat. I thought he was just going to be a throwaway first villain.
Well, I don't
Because
think,
especially in the
He's
beginning,
such an annoying fucking
he's
villain.
such an annoying idiot who can like barely use his powers. And even he's like, I'm your nemesis. And Miles is like, who the fuck are you, dude? And then by the
Yeah.
end of it, he's like, truly is a nemesis.
yeah, he's got almost godlike powers.
Yeah, dude.
Do you guys remember him from the animated series?
yeah.
I don't remember from the animated series, but I remember him when I was
What was it, like the 96 or whatever? Was that one of those?
Yeah. I was hoping that Spider-Man would pop up. I bet they're saving him for the next one.
that'd be cool.
The 90s animated
Yeah.
Spider-Man, I did not spot him. I feel like he would be more prominent.
You're right. I wonder if they'll even do him. They should do him.
No, they will for sure. Like they're doing every Spider-Man. We need that.
Okay,
dude.
I didn't see the MTV Spider-Man.
Ooh, that would be a good
Remember
one.
that show?
With Neil Patrick Harris. I watched that.
I did
one,
too,
yeah.
honestly.
That wasn't bad. It was
I
interesting.
liked it, if I'm being honest. I remember like when it came
yeah.
out and I was watching it, I was like, this is cool.
I watched a couple episodes, but I didn't follow
It
through.
was like a weird CGI 3D
Yeah.
Spider-Man MTV for some reason.
I did catch Spider-Man Unlimited. It was the show after Spider-Man that wasn't that good.
I don't know if I...
He kind of has like a ragged web. It's kind of Spider-Man of the future, but it's not Spider-Man 2099, I don't think.
I saw... So back when I was like 12, I got one of those like encyclopedias that they do for characters. And one of
Yeah.
them was a Spider-Man
I had
one.
those, yeah.
And so like, that's where I know the spot from, is literally that encyclopedia book.
Oh, nice.
And, but I saw that there was a metal Spider-Man, which I used to have a toy of, was metal Spider-Man.
Yeah, Armor Spider-Man. I had that too.
I had
yeah.
a toy of that.
I
So
did
was like-
too.
I was like, that's cool.
We all had Armor Spider-Man. But like the spot's so annoying. Like he punches through a hole that could like punch Spider-Man in the back of the head. Like even though he has Spidey sense, he seems to always get him. I feel like Spidey sense should be able to be.
I feel like it's hard if it's also coming out of black holes. Like he's literally,
Yeah.
he's literally tearing a hole through space and time to do that. So
true.
I don't know how good his spider sense is if you can like.
Spider sense doesn't reach through dimensions.
Ooh, shit! It's cool that Miles was the one glitching when he went into other universes.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that effect too. I like that that's how you like know you're not in the right universe. There was also a reference to, but I really don't want it to connect to the MCU. I feel like that maybe this is how we get Miles live action. Like we'll get Miles going beyond the Spider-Verse into the real world.
Yeah, I don't really think they're gonna like lay that heavy into making it connect to the MCU. They said that one line.
That's what
but
I'm
that
saying.
was
I don't
it.
want them to.
Yeah.
I would like a live action Miles, a live action Spider-Gwen, I think.
Let this be separate from all the other shit.
Exactly. Like if Sony wants to do their own thing, cool, as long as you're giving us stuff that we want to see and that's good. That's not like, why are we seeing like Kraven the Hunter? Like who wants to see that?
Well, he's also in the new Spider-Man game coming as one of them.
Right, but they're literally making a Kraven the Hunter movie.
I know.
Like what?
Well, he was also in this animated film. He's in the Tube. There's a version of him.
Yeah, I noticed him there too.
Yeah.
Yep.
That was cool. There was a bunch of the OG villains in the Tubes.
Yeah.
There was like a Dr. Octopus and an Electro and a Vulture.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. Yeah, I don't know. I thoroughly liked it.
Yeah, I have zero complaints about the movie.
I'm not going to let Cody's negativity.
Yeah,
ruin-
how dare you bring
yeah.
that here?
You know what it is? Because we're talking about a Sony property. And at the end of the day, Cody still is Cody Feige.
Yeah, he
so
worships
he
at the feet of
inherently will
Feige.
not like it.
Hey. Hey. I don't stand by that at all. I'm honestly like I liked it more than any Marvel property that's came out in a long time.
Yeah. I
Agreed.
think it's easily stronger than.
I do think it's getting some crazy overhype. I'm hearing best comic book movie of all time, and
Well, Anthony
But
just said
I-
that.
I think it is.
Anthony,
I don't
you
think that's
think it
overhyped.
is. All right, so time out. Let's get into this because
Let's do
some
it.
of the ones that we're obviously thinking about include Dark Knight, right?
yeah,
Logan.
yeah.
Absolutely.
What else? Are we just going to go like those two? Because those are the peak, I would say, that people think of.
Yeah,
Yeah, those are our peaks for sure.
Spider-Man 2 with Alfred Molina as Dr. Octopus. That gets a lot of
Agreed.
praise.
Winter Soldier.
Winter Soldier. Facts.
These are what we have on our
I
list.
think those are, and I would put Across the
X-Men?
Spider-Verse up there.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
So
for
those 5 are like the best comic book movies of all time.
Yeah.
I'd agree.
But here's how I'll qualify it. If we're talking about the dark, if we're talking about the Dark Knight, if we're talking about Logan, the dark. If we're talking about the Dark Knight, if we're talking about Logan, those are great movies. We haven't released it yet, but we already talked about Logan in another episode, talking about how it's one of our favorites. But both of those movies do something where they're great movies, but they're not really following any comic book formula. They're kind of doing their own thing. They're taking those characters and they're doing something really awesome and making amazing movies with it. This is still an amazing movie, but it's like, it's comic book on the screen. Like it's as simple as that. Like it was like, like the Spider-Gwen sequence again. Like I was just so amazed by how accurate the colors were. Like it looked exactly like, I have to send you guys a picture of the cover of one of these Spider-Gwen issues because it was like the same, the whole universe was that way. Like the way her father and her were like colored was just, and it was changing as their emotions changed.
Yeah, that was cool.
Oh man, like that was just, even that, like we kind of gave me goosebumps because of the accuracy and because of just like, even the story. I wanted Spider-Gwen's story. I really was so sad when like her dad was about to, he was about to shoot her when he saw that even she was Spider-Gwen, you know, it's like, fuck.
It's
like
a fucking pig, dude. What do you expect?
Yeah.
I was hoping he was going to die. I was so... Yeah.
And then she even gives the line, she's like, I did what you would have done, but I just had the mask on.
Ooh.
It's just like, damn. But it's cool. They get to make up, but it's cool how she avoids her dad dying by him quitting. He's like, I'm not going to be a cop anymore. I just quit.
Yeah.
That sentence before, I'm done. So Spider-Gwen's even more awesome for making a cop quit their job and change their ways.
Yeah, dude.
But seriously, no, the animation is just like, why? I don't know why I started talking about that. I loved it so much, I blacked
You were
out. I
arguing
don't
as
know
to
what we're
why
talking.
it's the best comic book movie.
Oh, the best. Right. So yeah, I guess I could end it at that because, I don't know, that's what I meant to
I think
say.
it looks the most like comic books, but I won't say it's the best movie, like comic book movie.
See, it almost is a different question when you say a movie based on a comic book, because
That's
this
true.
isn't based on any specific comic book necessarily.
No, okay, anything comic book related. I'm not gonna say it's the best.
You don't have to. No way. No, I'm not forcing that on anybody.
Yeah.
No, I think I could agree with you say it's overhyped. Maybe I'm just like very hype about it, but it did blow me away.
It blew me away too.
I really do just like feeling, you know, when I walk away from a movie, I just want to feel something. Like a lot of the Marvel movies, like you said yourself, I just don't even feel anything. I'm just like, after Ant-Man, I'm just like, I was sitting there for like 2 hours in the dark. Like, why?
Yeah.
I just,
Haunted.
you know?
Sitting there for 2 hours in the dark.
Lights off on
Lights
the edge
off.
of his bed.
Sitting there staring at the screen.
Emily comes to the doorway. Anthony, are you okay?
I'll be right there.
I don't know. Maybe I'm being overhyped about it too, but I don't know what. So what do you guys think then? Jake, I want to hear what Jake says because I feel like you're kind of.
I'm leaning
how I
towards
feel about
you
it.
in a weird way because, yeah, if we're talking just on a technical level, is the comic book movie, and I get what you mean. Like, yes, Winter Soldier, Dark Knight, they're all, you know, they borrowed the coolest elements of all those respective comic books that they're based off of. But they are they are still more films. So they inherently can't go places that comic books do. Because this is animated, this lends itself to being able to go to those zany places that comic books can. And so for that reason, I do feel like it might just be the best comic book movie. Now, if I were to say what's a stronger film, like the first Spider-Verse or Dark Knight, I'm going to say Dark Knight.
Yeah.
Like, Dark Knight
But
really.
that's not to say
for
this
me-
movie didn't have a great story.
No, I agree.
It still did.
Like, for me, I still do hold Dark Knight as number one, number two, you know, like that's the top. So,
That's fair.
yeah, that's how I feel. It is probably, on a technical level, the best comic book movie. It is a comic book executed on the silver screen.
Yeah. No, I agree with that, but I don't.
How about we make it easier? And this still might be controversial. Is it the best Spider-Man movie?
I don't know if it's better than Spider-Man 2.
I really like Spider-Man 1 and 2. It's funny. Everyone says
love those
Spider-Man
movies
2
as well.
is the best. It probably is the strongest one, but as a personal, I like Spider-Man 1 better.
Agreed. Same. I do like one more than
I
2.
do, yeah. I like 1 more than 2.
I won't let the people change my opinion on that one.
Yeah, exactly. I love Spider-Man 2. I just think 1 is better.
I just love motherfucking Alfred Molina, man.
No, he's great.
See, I'm more about that Willem Dafoe.
No, I get it. I think Willem
Same.
did a great job, but I just think like the things like effects and stuff, I feel like they're like at that point in time they were like rapidly getting better. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
so I think 2 was just kind of almost like, I don't know. I think I liked 2 more. If I could go back and watch and be swayed, but I'm pretty sure I always like 2 more. But I do love 1 also. Those 2 are the 2 best Spider-Man movies. And then maybe these 2, Across the Spider-Verse and Into the Spider-Verse.
I would,
Yeah, it's kind of hard to beat those. I don't know, but then again, it was just like such a cool. Even though it was more than just like those are cool Spider-Man origin stories, and we definitely wouldn't be here if those movies didn't succeed and were as great as they were. But this just had so much Spider-Man on screen that there was no. It was just perfect. It was just like I can't. Like I'm still like just thinking about it. Like the images are in my head, and it's just
no. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's one of the most incredible things I've ever seen, but I'm not gonna say that. I think what at the end of the day will make me side with the first 2 Raimi movies over these is that we always talk about my favorite Spider-Man is when it's intimate and personal. And I think they do a good job for something of the scope. It's incredible, but that's just like not my favorite kind of. I want my Spider-Man to be fighting criminals on the ground and like, it's just like
not traveling from dimension to dimension.
Yeah. And I'm
Gotcha.
this is
that.
great. This is great. For what it is. It's just like not my preferred Spider-Man story.
That's fair.
Yeah. That might have been the smartest thing you've said all recording.
I don't know why you guys are acting like I was sounding like a dumbass all day. It's just like it felt okay. So maybe I was just like jarred because I didn't realize it was only gonna be part 1 of 2. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that caught me off guard. But like even like movies that are part of a trilogy, like Lord of the Rings, for example, those movies felt a little more complete, I feel like, than this did. There was just like, I don't know what I'm even trying to say. There's just like something that wasn't all the like.
There wasn't enough families dying for you.
No, it didn't like. I just felt like it was kind of like a jarring place to stop or something. I don't know.
I sound really affected by this.
I just like it doesn't feel like a complete like.
No, it does. It is a jarring ending for sure. I'll give you that. I agree because I wasn't expecting it either, and then it was just like that's where it ends. Like, yeah, you do get to see Spider-Gwen hop off the roof with the team. And then it kind of clicked for me. I'm like, why do we see Nicolas Cage?
Yeah.
It's like Spider-Man Noir, but we're not hearing Nicolas Cage. Oh, there's a sequel.
Exactly.
They're saving him for like the reunion in the sequel.
I'm sure they are because it's before this movie had come out. There was an article where I guess someone interviewed Nicolas Cage, and he's like, "No, I'm not in this. They didn't ask me to voice." So everyone's like, "Oh, I guess Nicolas Cage is gone." It's like, no, there's no way he's gone. Like I guarantee his voice and he'll be back in the 3rd one.
Yeah.
Double John
Same
Mulaney,
thing with
all them.
John Mulaney, yeah.
But
So that's cool. We'll see the squad.
Yeah, the squad.
Mixed with the new squad.
Yeah, new squads. Do you think we'll get to see like
squad off,
regardless of how they pull it off? Yeah, like so, like a Spider Squad versus like a Sinister Six type thing, maybe.
Possibly, yeah. All those villains escape.
Yeah.
It could be. They could bring in. Okay, why was
even
Miguel
Spot
a
could be a
vampire?
member of them. Yeah, he was a vampire.
Remember Moreland, guys? Remember Moreland?
They better not.
They could fuck it up. I think maybe, it could be if they're really connecting it with MCU and Secret Wars and shit like that, it could be that the canon events start breaking the universe because they're like fucking with it, and it's just causing universes to fuck up. The canon events. Cody's just like, ha ha, and he's laughing.
His laughter reverberates through the multiverse.
But I don't know. I really, it doesn't need to even go that far. I love how it's grounded in Miles' story, and now we have this evil Miles. But in terms of what I want to see in the next movie, they're never going to do it. It's just a YouTube fucking video that someone made. But there's a guy that made a video called Italian Spider-Man. And I want to see him, even for a split second, as one of the Spider-Man. Like, he's like a chubby dude, and he kind of has like a burglar mask. Like, he doesn't look like Spider-Man at all, but I kind of want to see him.
I think I've seen this video.
But then there's actually Japanese Spider-Man, Spider-Man. I think I showed the toy of him one time, and he has a giant like mech spider. Like, he has a giant Megazord that doesn't look anything like a Spider-Man, but they could do shit like that. That's in the Spider-Verse comics, Like, so I want to see that. They need to have those and the 90s Spider-Man. I want to see him.
So you want the exact opposite of what Cody wants. You want it to be more expansive, and Cody wants it more centralized.
But I mean, if they're just going to have all the Spider-Man, I just want to see those. Like, bring on more, Like, I don't really care, like, if you want to bring in live action people, cool, but that's not what I'm going there for.
Same.
Agreed, yeah.
But Donald Glover was amazing. Like, that was unexpected
and
great.
That was a
that was a
cool
great
choice
surprise.
to do of what you were going to do live action. They could have used anyone or they could have even done Venom, Tom Hardy.
Yeah, exactly.
But they're like, no, let's do Donald Glover Prowler.
Yeah.
I thought it's just cool. Like, I like that this team, whoever, I know they have names, but the directors and the writers, they clearly they have a lot of creative control in this movie. You could tell. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, this does not feel like it's hindered by
Stylistically,
the parameters
of
the MCU.
It's like, there were multiple times while watching it I was like, this is mind-boggling.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, but those thoughts came to my mind too. It's like Kevin Feige could never.
Yeah.
Like, he just wouldn't take the risks because it is risk. It's like, here's an animated movie with a million different spider characters.
Exactly.
People might be like, how do you keep up with all of them? It's not important. They're all Spider-Man at their heart.
Yeah.
So like, they're all the same character, which is why like Spider-Man 2099 was kind of a dick, even though he's not really a dick. They have to make someone be kind of like the serious Spider-Man, I guess. But he was still cool. Like, I love his costume. I love Spider-Man 2099.
Yeah.
He basically flies.
Like,
Like, he's really cool. But I just really love the heart of it, of Miles being like, and his mom kind of being like, don't let anyone tell you what you can't be. And that's
certified baddie status.
She
was like, if you're going to be a bad bitch, be a bad bitch.
Right.
And Miles.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. So they're making us really like Miles' mom. She's really important.
She's going to die.
Just like Aunt May. He doesn't have an Aunt May, but that's, I think, the closest to Aunt May, right? She embodies all the good qualities of Aunt May, and she's a baddie. But like, that's Marissa Tomei, right? So that we've seen what happens to her. Is that a canon event? Here's the thing. If being a Venom is a canon event, here's me getting really nerdy about the movie, and it's not about the quality of the movie. It's just me being like, what if Venom becoming Venom is a canon event? Will we see Tom Holland become Venom in some way? We know the symbiote is in the universe. It's a possibility. Will we see, in the comics, Miles Morales, his mom gets killed by Venom in the Ultimate Universe. That's something that could happen in the next movie. Maybe Venom's in the next movie. Venom's in the next video game. Venom might become a bigger thing. They want us to like Venom again. That's cool. Let's do it.
I'll be honest. I don't know if I want to see his parents get killed. Either of them.
Well, they were hinting at his dad, right?
Yeah.
Dad possibly getting killed. That happens in the video game, but not in the comics.
True.
So these are the options I'm thinking of, is what I'm saying. It could go a million different ways.
One of the parents might die. He might stop it, and then somebody else die. Gwen.
See, Gwen dies. Not
and
Spider-Gwen,
they do always
but
say
Gwen.
that Gwen Stacy dies in every universe.
Exactly. That was the other big canon event. Yep. Or not necessarily Gwen Stacy, but like the love of Spider-Person.
Yeah, if she's in love with the Spider-Person, she'll die.
Like Spider-Man India's girlfriend was more like Mary Jane, it seemed, which was cool.
I like that he used, I'm sure it's not actually called that, but like a yo-yo more or less to fucking The Indian Spider-Man. He didn't like shoot out a web.
Did he have?
Yeah, it was like
like a
Oh, he had,
bracelet.
like, yeah.
yeah, it was like a bracelet with a yo-yo thing that he used.
Yep.
That was cool.
No, for
Yeah,
sure.
that is cool. That was a cool
Yeah,
alternate.
I liked that Spider-Man a lot. He was funny as shit.
And I like that he's part of the main squad.
Yeah. Boom. Well, I don't know why we're delaying the inevitable, you guys.
Yeah, we shouldn't.
I'm giving it a 6.
6. Easy 6 for me, too.
Yeah. Cody Cannon.
No.
We knew Cody was going to ruin it.
6, baby.
Wait, what?
Oh, thank God, Cody. I was about to fucking burn your house down if you didn't give me 6, man.
I can tell you why.
Yeah, how can you say everything you said and then give it a 6?
Because stylistically it was like the coolest thing. Like even if I feel like it like so much happened while so little, like it was all, I know it was all building, but that was frustrating for me to find out after 2.5 hours. Like that being said, it was the coolest building I've ever seen. You know what I mean? Like, visually, the characters were well written and fleshed out. Yes, I do feel like it is an incomplete thought, but that's because they're literally making me wait for another movie. I just kind of wish it would have been made more clear going into the movie. You know what I mean?
You felt like you got blue balled, Cody? You got blue balled?
Yeah, a little
got blue
bit.
ball?
You got
Cody?
Spider-Man blue balled.
Yeah, man. I just like wanted it. It was great.
You wanted a release, but you got blue balled.
Yeah.
You were about to climax and then it went soft. And you were like, what?
Yeah.
No.
I was about to climax and then it just said credits. And I was like, what?
Evil Miles Morales was about to murk good Miles Morales. Cody was like, yeah. Cody was ready to.
literally masturbating.
Yeah.
That's why he did it. He looked around. He's like, sweet, I got this whole thing to myself. And then he was alone.
That's why he was sitting towards the back.
Yeah. That way, in case anyone came in, he can just stop right away. If he's too far up, someone will immediately turn and see him masturbating.
Yeah. He can kind of be camouflaged. Like if he doesn't move,
Yeah.
Yeah.
no one will see.
Close your eyes.
No, but yeah, it was a fantastic movie. I just kind of wish there's some. It was great. It was the coolest. And like all the characters were well written and fleshed out. I didn't not care for anybody. I just kind of wanted. I didn't realize I was getting like the setup for another movie.
It didn't live up to the magic and sheer quality of Super Mario Brothers 93.
Yeah. Exactly. At least that was a complete story.
That was a complete story.
God, you're ridiculous. I know. This is one of those few moments where I don't respect your opinion.
We all have episodes like that.
Oh, yes.
You never know. The next one could be you, Jake.
There
next
have been
episode
plenty
we
of
might not
me.
respect.
There was you during Gladiator. I hated your opinions.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, yeah, I went wild. Gladiator had me and Jake both against you.
Literally willing to kill you like Maximus style.
Yeah, it seems like word on the street is that people want to hear us argue more. So we should pick things that get us heated.
All right.
Guys, we got a Patreon. Our next episode is a Spider-Man comic. It's Kraven's Last Hunt.
Ooh.
That's what you get if you give us $10. I mean, $10. That's what you get when you give us $5 this month. You'll get Kraven's Last Hunt. You'll get last month's episode, The Killing Joke.
Whoa.
All you got to do is sign up for a Patreon.
God damn. That's all you have to do, Anthony?
That's all you have to
That's
do.
all
And
you
you'll
have
get
to
other
do.
shit too. We're throwing shit left and right. You never know what you'll
It
get.
can't get any better than that.
Can't
It
get
really can't.
No, seriously, we can't afford it, you guys. So HQ has cut the budget in half since in this fiscal quarter.
Times are tough.
Yeah.
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 We have to figure out a way to raise the debt ceiling.
Comics and economics. Tune in next week as we discuss the Dow Jones and the NASDAQ for a solid hour.
Just cut it there.
Oh, I was looking for this song. Tune in next week.
Hi, you're listening to Comics and Chronic, and I'm Jake FH.
I'm Cody Cannon.
And I'm Anthony Iannaccio.
And you can tune in every Thursday to hear new episodes of Comics and Chronic.
And make sure to follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Comics N Chronic. That's comics, the letter N, Chronic.
We'll see you guys next week.
Woo!
Peace.